by saying, there's a famous quote by Mr. Benjamin Franklin, and he says, drive your business, let not your business drive you. Ooh, he's so smart. He was so smart. All right, we're going to talk about how do you drive your business? How do you make sure that you are in control of your business regarding increasing party sales? So wouldn't you love to take that investment that you've made in the time that you're at your party and turn it into something where you don't walk away with $500 in sales, you walk away with $1,000 in sales? Sound good? Yes? All right, so I'm going to give you some tips that I think are really helpful for that. The first one is to party plan. Have a really good party planning system. If you have not been to Star Trek, plug into Star Trek with Judy. You will learn party planning from A to Z and follow that. You know, we can learn from people who are extremely successful, people who hold the world record for personal sales, Judy Doherty. We can learn from them. And a party planning system that she trains us on, it works, it works, it works. You just have to actually be consistent and do it. So party planning means that you're in communication with your hostess. Your hostess has a goal. You've used Tupper Connect. People were actually invited to the party and you know they were invited. That you don't leave that up to your hostess to make sure, the hostess says, oh yeah, I've got people coming, no problem. But if you're not driving your business and making sure that people were actually invited, you really don't know, right? So that can make it to where the night before she could call and say, yeah, no one's coming, sorry, can't make it. So party planning and making sure people are invited, that's going to increase the party attendance and the people that are at your party. And more equals more when more is buying. So the more people at your party, the higher your party sales. So that's the first step that you want to make sure that you do. The second thing is to position the specials that Tupperware has with purchases and attendance specials. Position those to where they will benefit you. I always make sure that I sample in the purchase offers and bring them to the party. We do talk about not bringing too much. Those are things that you want to make sure that you do bring. So there's usually a $50 or $75 and maybe a $100. Usually there's two purchases. And then the attendance special, that's what's on the back of the flyer. That's what you could qualify for. So the way I position that is I do my regular demonstration, and then I'll talk about very briefly what the specials are. And I'm going to be honest with you. Typically, what I have found is that when I'm talking about those special purchases, I'm going to say maybe about half of the people are paying attention. Because I know later on, when I go through the sales process, they're not paying attention. Aren't paying attention because they're asking me about it. They're like, what is that that's on sale? And don't be frustrated by that. Really what's happening is your customer's sitting there going, should I get that Module Mate set? I really need to, I've thrown so much away. My husband's going to kill me if I spend that much money, but maybe I could do like this. I don't know, maybe if I get 2 sets or if I date a party. They're thinking of everything you just told them. They're overwhelmed, whether you were cooking, whatever you were doing. They're still stuck on that. That's why we say don't bring too much because you're going to overwhelm them. So what I do is I briefly talk about it, and then we immediately go to order taking. So during order taking, they'll come up to the little area that I've set aside for us to do orders, and I'll ask them which set they want to get started with. And then from there, we'll go through what they want. Because a lot of times people show up to a party and they know they want to get the 1-gallon pitcher. They know they want to get spatulas or measuring cups or bowls, things that are traditional for Tupperware. So they come to the party knowing they want that. So they're going to have all that checked off. And so what I'll do is I'll just start adding up, and you get pretty good at just being able to look at it and go, okay, they're at roughly about $50. You add it up. And let's say they're at $40 and there's a $50 purchase. You might say something like, well, Judy, you're only $10 away from qualifying for our snack cup set for only $7.50. What would you like to add to your order? And you say that to every single person. Now, when I first heard that training, I was like, I don't think I can say that. It felt a little uncomfortable to me. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to try it. Try it again and again and again. It's going to get to where it just rolls right off of your tongue like it's nothing. Now, what if they have qualified for it? Then you say something like, oh, Judy, you've qualified for the snack cup set. You want to go ahead and add that to your order? What'd my head do? Shake up and down. So you want to go ahead and add that to your order? And I'm actually about to write it on the order. And they're going to say, what is it? What do I qualify for? And you're going to think, I just told you. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Just say, oh, well, you know what? Everyone who with the $50, for every $50 order you qualify for, and you have it sitting right there. So I took it from my demonstration set when I was talking about it, and when I go to take orders, I bring that with me. So it's literally right in front of me. So then I can do a brief demo right there if I need to, if they need to see it. And so I say, this is what you qualified for. And so they can say yes, no, maybe, whatever they're going to do. If I don't ask them, they don't know. Because they did. You're assuming, and you can't assume in sales, you're assuming they've paid attention during your demonstration. You're assuming they've read the flyer. You can't assume that. So you ask them, you want to go, you've qualified for it. I love those word choices. Write that down. You've qualified for this. Because, I mean, seriously, if someone tells you qualified for something, it's ownership. That is now my special purchase that I have qualified for. I want it. And so if they don't want it, then you can ask them would you mind if I shared that with somebody else? And when you take that extra step, rather than just saying, oh, okay, you don't want it, moving on, ask them, oh, okay, you don't want that. Do you mind if I share that with another guest that's here that might want that? And you'll be surprised how many people say, well, you know what, let me go ahead and get it. I think that'd be a nice gift. It's so funny how it happens. But think about where we have purchase with purchases throughout. When we buy makeup, when we go get our cosmetics, there's always a purchase with purchase. And, you know, you want to qualify for that special gift. Not that you're ever going to do anything with that